Well, workers at Canada Post may be on strike again in just a couple of days after the Postal Service paused negotiations with the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. CTV National News reporter Jeremie Charron joins us now for the latest on this. So, Jeremie, catch people up because they remember the strike from the winter time and many thinking, we're doing this again?
Yeah, exactly, Kent. I think a lot of people thinking today, here we go again. What's going on here? I thought things were, being dealt with here. The government stepped in December. Many people will remember that, ordering the industrial, the industrial labor board rather, to step in and force workers back to work. And they've been at the negotiation table for some time. But as you just touched on, earlier this week, the employer in Canada Post paused negotiations, saying they felt no real progress was being made in recent negotiations. And the current deal, the current agreement that is in place, expires on the 22nd. That means early next week, the union could again be in a legal strike position if the two sides don't agree on a new contract. The other, thing here is that in December, when the government stepped in and forced workers back to the job, that triggered the formation of an industrial inquiry commission. That commission was tasked with trying to determine what went wrong with negotiations and why talks were so stalled between the two sides. That commission had a report that was due yesterday. That report was delivered. The union says it received it. It's reviewing it. And the union says it'll be meeting today with the new Jobs Minister, Patty Hajdu, and expects that Canada Post will have a new offer to make at some point in the near future following the release of this report. But that will require, Kent, for Canada Post to get back to the bargaining table, which, as we know, has not been the case over the last few days. So the two sides seemingly still far apart, but the fact that report has been now released, that is yet another tool that both sides will have to try and get closer together at the bargaining table.
And quickly, Jeremie, has the union indicated an appetite to go back on strike?
They haven't gone that far yet. The union has expressed frustration over Canada Post's decision to pause negotiations. They say that they feel it's reprehensible to keep workers and the public on edge here. Certainly, they're not happy at this point with Canada Post for taking its most recent action in negotiations. Of course, it's a negotiating tactic for the corporation to step away from the bargaining table and saying, we're going to pause negotiations. And the union is not happy with that. They have not gone so far yet as to kind of re-threaten strikes or anything like that. But again, they will be in a legal position if a deal isn't reached by May 22nd.
Okay, that's coming quickly. Jeremie, thank you.